we got another package. Now you probably read the title, of course, you know what's in here, but you don't know what all is in here. Before we get started with this though, first I want to just go ahead and apologize for not uploading for a month and kind of disappearing. I know I was posting a couple updates here and there on my community tab, but it was really about one post a week and really wasn't much. I'm gonna be honest, I really did try to get some content out. I just could not really seem to come up with anything and could not find anything worthwhile to purchase in order to flip or repair, etc. And I didn't really have the money to buy myself something to keep at the moment, as I'm trying to save up a little bit. But then I came across this. I actually bought myself an iOS 13 iPhone X about a month ago, as you can see right here, for $53. Unfortunately, that never actually showed up. It never even shipped. It took me about 3 weeks to get my money back. And once I did, I decided to put it into something else. I didn't have any intentions on actually purchasing something while I was looking on eBay for this, but when I came across it, I don't think I've ever bought anything quicker. Let's go ahead and get started with opening this. Contained inside of this box should be one iPhone XR, one iPhone 11, two iPhone 13s, an iPhone 15, and an iPhone 14 Pro. Now these phones were purchased to be used for parts, as unfortunately all of them I believe are Find My iPhone on, but for the price I paid at $100, I don't think that really matters anymore. Now, go ahead and peel back the flaps. Open the box, and we've got a newspaper clipping on top with the first bundle of phones. Put that to the side. Another bundle of phones, and a third bundle containing two more phones. Now that I've gone ahead and gotten the 3 phone bundles pulled out of the box, I'll just go ahead and pick a random one. Let's do that one. Looks like I'm not even gonna need the knife. I can just pull these open. Go ahead and pull out the first phone. And first up we have the iPhone 14 Pro. Just like I thought, in the listing photos, I noticed that the 14 Pro looked as if it didn't have a camera, and it looks like I was right. Looks like there's no front camera either. I'll have to see what it's looking like on the inside, but not too bad for the first thing to pull out of this lot. Let's put it to the side for now. Next up, we've got the iPhone XR. This one doesn't seem to have a camera either. Damn, this thing is really beat. It doesn't appear to have a front or back camera. The screen is lifting up a little bit and it doesn't have a SIM tray, but I guess I'll take it. Let's go to this one next. First up, we have the iPhone 11, and damn, the screen is almost mint. The LCD is unfortunately cooked on this one. The back is also shattered, and this one doesn't have a camera in it either. I guess the cameras were pulled out and sold, as they are one of the most valuable parts. Next up, we've got the blue iPhone 13. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I don't actually remember what this one looked like in the listing photos. I remember it not having a camera as well, and now that I notice, most of these phones don't have a camera. I think there's only 2 that do. The 13 housing is not that bad. It's got some cracks down in the bottom left corner. It's a little bit beat on the sides. The screen is completely shattered and unfortunately does have some pretty bad OLED damage. Go ahead and put this to the side. This is our lot so far. 4 iPhones without cameras. Now, we'll go ahead and open up the last bundle of iPhones. The first phone we pull out is the red iPhone 13. This one's screen isn't too bad. One crack down there, and that actually appears to be it. The back is not cracked. This one actually does have a camera in it. The rings around the camera are a little bit beat up. So is the housing. This is the best phone, condition-wise, that I've pulled out. Now, go ahead and pull out the last phone, and that is the iPhone 15. Now, one thing I was excited about is the fact that this one has a camera. Unfortunately, this phone is immediately on. You can see that it is iCloud locked. The screen is extremely scratched. I didn't realize that. And there is a teeny tiny OLED dot, but we'll test this in a little bit. Now, the iPhone 15 is already on, but we'll get to that later. Let's try to turn on some of the other iPhones, starting with the 14 Pro and just going down the line, I guess. Okay, no power. Next up, the XR. Looks like this one is dead, but at least shows the symbol. The blue 13. Looks like this one's not showing any power either. The iPhone 11. Looks like, unfortunately, yet another dead one. The red iPhone 13. This one has an Apple logo, that's nice. And then, of course, the iPhone 15 is already on. As of right now, I've only got 2 iPhones that are turned on, so the other 4 are gonna go ahead and get put on chargers. Since the iPhone 13 that's red and the green 15 are charged, I will go ahead and test them. Of course, they both already show the iPhone lock to owner text, but you know, I can always go through and try to activate them. English, United States, continue. Let me connect to Wi-Fi while I'm waiting for that. Okay, this 13's gone. Unlock with passcode. Looks like I could try to guess it. It's a 6-digit, so pretty bad luck with that. Anyways, here's the 15. Try to activate it as well while we're at it. Just a moment. This one is locked as well. This one also has the option for the device passcode, so I guess if I wanted to, this one's only 4 digits. I could try to guess it, but it doesn't give me very many tries. Okay, now that I've confirmed these two are iCloud locked, I'm waiting for the others to turn on, and then I'll get back to you guys.
A few minutes later.
Okay, so I have now gotten an additional 3 iPhones turned on, both the XR and 11, along with the 14 Pro. I'm still waiting on that blue 13. It's just taking its sweet time charging up on a 20-watt charger. The 14 Pro screen is actually nearly mint when it comes to scratches, but unfortunately does have an OLED bubble and some lines. We'll go ahead and go to English, United States. Let me connect to Wi-Fi. The touch screen does appear to work totally fine on the 14 Pro screen. I could definitely reuse this phone for parts. Looks like this one is also locked and does not have the option to put in the passcode. For both the XR and the 11, they are both pretty much just for parts, with the exception of the XR, which in all honesty might only have a battery worth from it. No cameras, fucked screen, shattered back, and iCloud locked. Just not a very good mix. Now I am gonna plug this one into my computer to test in just a minute. But first I want to show you guys the iPhone 11. So this one of course does not have any rear cameras or front camera assembly either. This one has a really weird screen problem that I've never seen before. Sometimes when I turn the phone on, the screen will light up completely, but you'll see when I swipe up, most of the screen stays completely frozen, except the top part stays alive, but only up here. Anyway, since both of these have dead screens, I'm gonna plug them into my computer to try to activate and see if they are actually iCloud locked. And then I'm gonna open up my other iPhone 11 and see if this is a board problem or a screen problem, because it doesn't seem to be LCD damage, as pressing on the screen doesn't cause this image to change at all, although it could be flex cable damage. I guess I'll find out when I open it up. So the blue iPhone 13 has also now turned on, but it also has a pretty cooked digitizer, so I'm just gonna do the same thing that I'm doing with the XR and 11 and use my MacBook to try to activate them. Okay, so first I'll go ahead and plug up the iPhone XR. This one just has a dead touchscreen. The display itself does actually function. Looks like it has been restored to iOS 18 as well. Go ahead and allow the accessory to connect. Cool, XR is cooked as well. Let's try the 11. Go ahead and allow it. Some sort of other activation error, unplug and replug. Looks like unfortunately the 11 is iCloud locked as well. Okay, this iPhone's throwing an activation error with an unsupported SIM card. Go ahead and pop the SIM card out. As you can see, the SIM card that was installed was a Verizon SIM card. Let's go ahead and see if this iPhone will activate with a different SIM inside. Looks like they are all FMI on. I do have a phone number that I could contact for this 13, and I believe there's some eSIMs on some other iPhones, so there may be a chance of reaching out to owners. Okay, so I'm now gonna go ahead and open up this purple iPhone 11 and see if this is a screen problem or a board problem, because I've really never seen a problem like this before. I'll use this other iPhone 11 as a test. This is left over from the iPhone 11 lot video. I still haven't sold it, so if you want it, check it out on eBay. I'm desperate to get rid of this.
The next day.
All right, so it's now the next day. Yesterday, I left off with messing around with the iPhone 11s. I ended up getting the screen off of both of these and swapped them, and unfortunately, the screen on this purple iPhone 11 is cooked. When I opened it up, I also noticed the battery has no adhesive on it. There's also no SIM tray, along with the missing cameras. So this 11's overall just junk and is probably gonna be parted out, I guess. I don't even know what I can do with it. We'll see. This one's still for sale, by the way. Please check out my eBay, link in the description. I'm desperate to get rid of this. But that doesn't even matter anymore. When I got home from school, one of the first things I did was just start messing around with some of the phones, taking a fresh look at them with a fresh pair of eyes, new day. And I remembered that a couple of them had the unlock with passcode option. So I picked up the 15 and checked, and it did have the unlock with passcode option. And it was just a 4-digit passcode. I decided why not. So I tried 1, 2, 3, 4, and that didn't work. Who uses 1, 2, 3, 4? I put in all zeros, and this iPhone 15 completely activated, as you can see. I haven't set it up yet. I'll go ahead and do so now. Let me test Face ID. Face ID does seem to be working as well. The front camera is extremely blurry as the screen is very scratched, as you can see, but nonetheless, it does at least function. I'm not gonna transfer anything over. Go ahead and set up without an Apple ID. Continue, turn on, share with app developers. We'll go with dark mode for the sake of my eyes. Set up Siri later, and let's get started. The first thing you see are my 2 random shortcuts that I accidentally put on the home screen while just messing around, seeing what I could do while it was iCloud locked. That's cool. I'll go ahead and check. I ran the iMeI previously, but I don't remember the specs of it. Looks like we got a 128 gigabyte iPhone 15, which is carrier locked. Looks like it is locked to Verizon, which is not too bad. That's the carrier that I have, but it is kind of difficult to get unlocked from. It's running iOS 18.0, and under parts and service history, it seems almost as if the logic board was swapped from another iPhone 15 into this one, which makes me think that somebody had an unlocked iPhone 15 in this bad of condition and had an iCloud locked one in good shape and swapped the logic boards, as all these are still showing finished repair. But nonetheless, I now have a 128 gigabyte green iPhone 15 that is no longer iCloud locked. I'm definitely happy about this. Now, the other phone that had the unlock with passcode option is the red iPhone 13. Now, I have not tried any codes on here yet, as this is a 6-digit. This iPhone 13 also has a SIM card inside. If I pop this SIM card into another phone, I can contact the phone number and see if the owner can remove Find My or provide the passcode. If they can't, then I can try some codes, but that's just about as much as I can do with this. As of right now, I don't have any plan for the other phones, but when I do, I'll get right back to you guys.
The next day.
It is now the next day, yet again, February 11th. Earlier today, I went ahead and contacted the phone numbers that I got from the SIM cards of the red iPhone 13 and blue one. I texted the phone numbers if each of them had ever owned a red iPhone 13 or a blue iPhone 13, and neither of them responded. Both of the messages went through as SMS messages, which most likely means that the previous owner got a new phone number. Now, at this point, all I can do is guess some passcodes. Now, I also went ahead and put a different test screen on the blue iPhone 13, as the screen that was on it had a completely dead touch. The red 13 has honestly a pretty good screen. The scratches aren't too bad, and there's just a tiny crack down here. Go ahead and continue, set up without another device, and you'll immediately see that it is iCloud locked. Of course, go ahead and go to unlock using device passcode. So according to Google, the most common 6-digit passcodes for iPhones include 123456, all ones, and 123123. Some other ones, of course, include all zeros, which is one that I do want to try on here. I think I'll go ahead and try that first, as that's what's worked on here, and I think that has the highest chance of success. Okay, that did not work. I guess we'll try 123456. Okay, last one I can try. It's between all ones and 123123, and I'm just gonna go with all ones. Okay, looks like a couple of guesses I wasn't able to get it. Now, it's a very, very, very low chance of doing what I did with this iPhone 15. The only reason I'm trying on these iPhone 13s is because it's basically just a last-ditch effort, as the owners did not respond to me and most likely got new phone numbers, and there's really no other way to get past this. Okay, so now here I have the other iPhone 13. This is the blue one. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and try the same codes on here. 123456. Probably could. Oh shit! Looks like somebody else has already tried to run codes through this, and they already put in the wrong one too many times. This one's also permanently FMI on. Anyways, I have an FMI off iPhone 15, along with 5 other FMI on, unfortunately, newer iPhones for only $100. So I'm honestly not that upset. So at this point, I think this is where the video kind of gets wrapped up. I know technically there's more stuff I could have done in this video, but it's been forever since I posted a video, and the only other thing that I wanted to do in this video was use the screen from this red iPhone 13. But if I wanted to do that, I wouldn't be able to get the video out tonight, which is Wednesday, February 12th. So I've decided to just go ahead and call it here, and I can make a separate video in the future. So let me just go in order from what I think was the worst pull to the best pull. I'll go over what their current state is and what my plan is for them. So we'll go ahead and start with the white iPhone XR. This iPhone XR has a shattered display and LCD, a shattered back glass, missing back camera, missing front camera, and a missing SIM reader, along with all the screws and brackets for the inside. Now, unlike the iPhone 11, the battery is actually adhered down inside of this one. I have not tested what the battery health is. If the battery health is good, I'll save the battery. If not, it will likely get demolished along with the rest of the phone. As without the battery, there's basically no good parts left in here. Next up is the purple iPhone 11. This one has a screen that is actually in really nice shape. Unfortunately, is an aftermarket, although pretty high quality from what I can tell. The LCD itself is cooked, although the glass looks great. The back is shattered. It's missing the rear camera's front camera and SIM reader as well. Also, the screws and brackets are missing, and the battery is not adhered into the frame. Also, I think I forgot to mention, but of course, both of these phones are FMI on, unfortunately, or else I would have been a lot more excited about them. Anyways, when it comes to this 11, as of right now, I'm unsure. The screen's definitely going to junk. I'll test the battery, and if it's good, of course, I'll save it. For now, I may save the frame in case I get an iPhone 11 that's totally demolished and just needs a temporary frame. I don't know though. There's a good chance that this may be the last time you see this iPhone 11. Definitely the last time you see the XR though. Anyways, next up is this blue iPhone 13. This one actually has a tester screen on it right now, as the screen that came on here had a nice big line covering half the screen and the touch was dead. This one had a cooked screen, now has one that's just shattered, has a cracked back, is missing the front and back cameras, and is missing all the screws and brackets on the inside. The device is also Find My iPhone on, and the passcode attempts have been exceeded. The frame on this one isn't in the worst shape. I've seen worse condition, and the back isn't too bad. I originally was planning to swap it over to the blue iPhone 13 I have laying around in my collection that needs repairs, but I've decided instead of spending the time to do that, I might as well just spend like $25 on a housing that isn't cracked and is in better shape to go along with the screen from the red 13. Anyways, in all honesty, I'm not sure exactly what I'll end up doing with this blue iPhone 13. I'll definitely end up putting the dead screen back on it, and then I guess it'll sit around for parts or maybe get sold off. I'm honestly not sure yet. Next up is an iPhone 14 Pro. This one is of course FMI on, but is only very slightly cracked on the back and has no cracks on the front. It's missing the back and front cameras. I have not opened this one up yet, as I didn't really have a reason to, so I don't know what it looks like on the inside, but I'm willing to bet that there could be other stuff missing. It's heavy, I know it has a battery in it. The screen has completely working touch, but unfortunately an OLED line in the side and a little bubble at the bottom. But this is an iPhone 14 Pro display that does have working touch. Although a little OLED defect, that's okay with me. I personally could still use the screen for something. The housing, although it does have marks from a case all over it, I would definitely still call it usable. The back is not shattered, and slapping a case on this would cover up the slight marks. So at least for now, I plan to keep the 14 Pro in hopes that I can find another one that needs a new front and back desperately. If I can't get my hands on one, then it'll probably end up being sold for parts. Second last, we have the red iPhone 13, of course. This one has a teeny tiny crack in the bottom of the screen, but the touch and OLED are absolutely perfect. There aren't too many scratches all over this, so I'm definitely planning to use the screen from here. I was originally planning to use the housing, but the listing photos made it kind of difficult to see all the scuffing on it. As you can see, the color's worn away on pretty much every side of the housing, including the camera rings. But this phone itself will probably end up getting sold for parts once I use the screen from it. This screen will end up going onto my blue iPhone 13 that needs a new front and back, as the OLED's cooked on this one. And then once I have a new housing for it as well, there'll be a restoration video, and then I'll probably end up giving it to my mom. Anyways, last but most definitely not least is this 128GB green iPhone 13, unfortunately locked to Verizon, that I managed to get Find My iPhone turned off on by simply entering the passcode 0000. And this is a prime example of why you should never use a passcode that simple. All it took were 2 guesses for me to get this phone completely unlocked from the original owner's iCloud account, and now they no longer have any control over me using it. That's a pretty bad way to put it. A better way to put it is I got an iPhone 15 along with all these other locked phones for only $100. This iPhone 15 will also stay for now and will be restored in a future video, hopefully relatively soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I most definitely did enjoy making this, and it was really exciting, as I haven't gotten a big phone lot like this in quite a while. So thank you guys for watching. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, as of right now, only 5.6% of my viewers are actually subscribed to my channel. So if you're new, please consider hitting that subscribe button, as it could really help me in reaching my goal of 8,000 subscribers. Last but not least, go ahead and do member shoutouts. Huge shout out to these 5 members. Go ahead and check them out. All 5 of them will be down in the description. And yes, for those who don't know, I do offer channel memberships. You can pay a mere $1.99 a month to show some support to me and get this cool little badge next to your name. All it does is really just help me continue to push out videos like this. Link in the description if you'd like to become a member as well. Anyways, I think I've yapped enough. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment, like, and subscribe. And as always, peace out, guys.